When a woman is using you, she will tell you these 10 sweet lies. High-value men must watch. In the web of deception, the sweetest lies are often the most dangerous. Anonymous. Relationships today can be a minefield of half-truths and hidden agendas. On this episode, we're peeling back the curtain on the 7 sweet lies a woman might tell you when she's merely playing a part. These aren't just charming words. They're strategic plays meant to tug at your heartstrings and keep you under her spell. As we expose these deceits, consider your own experiences and how seeing through these lies can empower you to reclaim your worth. Have you ever fallen for these traps? Let's discuss in the comments below, and together we'll navigate the path to true self-respect. 1. I just want you to be happy. When she says, "I just want you to be happy," it may sound like a sincere expression of care, but if you notice that she frequently uses this phrase to justify her requests or decisions, it could be a sign that she's taking advantage of you. She might claim that everything she does is for your benefit, but in reality, she's manipulating your emotions to make you feel obligated to comply with her wishes. As a high-value man, it's crucial to recognize when someone is leveraging your goodwill for their own gain. Stoic life lessons teach us the importance of maintaining our values and not being swayed by emotional manipulation. In these moments, you must ask yourself, does she genuinely care about your happiness, or is she using it as a tool to achieve her personal goals? Imagine you're in a relationship where every time you hesitate to fulfill her request, she reminds you that she's only thinking about your happiness. At first, it might seem like she's selfless, but over time, you realize that her concern always coincides with her getting what she wants. It's as if your happiness is a bargaining chip, something to be used to tip the scales in her favor. This scenario is all too common in modern relationships, where one partner may subtly, or not so subtly, control the other by appealing to their sense of responsibility and care. Let's take a look at a real-world example. Consider a man who always agrees to his partner's wishes because he believes she's acting in his best interest. She asks for favors, expects him to prioritize her needs, and justifies her actions by saying, "I'm doing this for us, for you." But in reality, her actions lead to him sacrificing his own needs and desires. Over time, he begins to feel drained and unappreciated, yet he continues to comply because he's been convinced that this is what it means to love and care for someone. This is where the wisdom of Stoicism comes into play. Stoicism teaches us to be mindful of our own needs and to ensure that our actions align with our values, not someone else's agenda. It's essential to recognize when your emotions are being manipulated and to stand firm in your principles. Ask yourself, have you ever been in a situation where you felt compelled to do something, not because it was right for you, but because someone else convinced you it was the right thing to do for them? How did that make you feel? Did it enhance your well-being, or did it leave you feeling used and undervalued? These are critical questions that every high-value man must consider. A true partner will respect your boundaries, encourage your growth, and genuinely care about your happiness without expecting something in return. In the end, the lesson here is clear. Your happiness should not be a currency for someone else's gain. High-value men understand the importance of balance in relationships, where both partners contribute equally to each other's well-being. Stoic life lessons remind us to remain true to our values and to be wary of those who might use our kindness and care against us. By staying grounded in what is genuinely important to you and by recognizing manipulation when it occurs, you can navigate relationships with clarity and strength, ensuring that your happiness is not compromised for someone else's benefit. What is Stoicism, if not the ability to maintain inner peace and integrity, even when faced with emotional challenges? So, be wary of sweet words, my friend. Comment, "I am wary of sweet words." 2. Saying "I love you" insincerely. When a woman tells you, "I love you," but you sense something isn't quite right, it's crucial to trust your instincts. Love, in its purest form, is a powerful emotion, but it can also be used as a tool for manipulation when spoken insincerely. Sometimes those 3 words are uttered not out of genuine affection, but from a place of convenience, manipulation, or even guilt. It's important to remember that not every hesitant "I love you" signifies that she's using you. There are instances where she might say it because she feels pressured, perhaps because you said it first, and she feels obligated to reciprocate, even if her feelings haven't fully matured. In these cases, she hopes that her emotions will catch up to her words over time, and she'll genuinely feel the depth of love she has expressed. This scenario isn't about deceit. It's about navigating the complexities of growing affection. However, when those words are weaponized, when "I love you" is used as a tool rather than an expression of heartfelt emotion, it's vital to stay grounded in Stoic wisdom. Stoicism, a philosophy that teaches us to remain calm, rational, and observant, is especially helpful in matters of the heart. If she declares her love with ulterior motives, perhaps seeking something from you, be it money, status, or simply your undivided attention, you must step back and evaluate the situation with a clear and rational mind. This isn't love, it's manipulation. Recognizing these signs early on is essential to safeguarding your emotional well-being. Consider the story of a man who found himself entangled in such a situation. He was deeply infatuated with a woman who seemed perfect on the surface. She often professed her love for him, yet her actions never aligned with her words. She would frequently ask for favors, financial help, or special treatment, always reassuring him of her love. Over time, he began to notice a pattern. Her declarations of love were always followed by a request. Reflecting on Stoic principles, he realized that love isn't just about words. It's about actions. True love seeks the happiness and well-being of the other person without expecting anything in return. He eventually understood that she wasn't interested in him for who he was, but rather for what he could provide. This realization was painful, but also liberating, allowing him to reclaim his peace of mind and emotional freedom. Stoicism today reminds us to focus on what we can control: our responses, perceptions, and actions. If you notice that her "I love you" is consistently followed by demands, or if you feel a constant undercurrent of expectation, it's time to reevaluate the relationship. Ask yourself, when she says she loves you, do you feel a sense of peace, or does something feel off? Do her words align with her actions, or do you find yourself questioning her intentions? These are crucial questions only you can answer, but they're necessary for maintaining your emotional well-being. Stoic happiness isn't about avoiding relationships. It's about cultivating relationships that are grounded in mutual respect, honesty, and genuine affection. Love should be a source of joy, not stress or confusion. In conclusion, while "I love you" can be one of the most beautiful phrases to hear, it's essential to consider the context and the person saying it. Words alone are not enough. They need to be backed by actions that reflect true love and respect. The lesson here is simple. Don't let sweet words cloud your judgment. Pay attention to how she treats you, not just what she says to you. Stoicism teaches us to value our inner peace and happiness. And that means being with someone who genuinely cares for us, not someone who uses love as a tool for their gain. Keep your heart open, but your mind sharp, and you'll find the love that truly resonates with your soul. So, when she tells you she loves you, ask yourself, is this love, or is it something else? If these insights resonate with you, be sure to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's continue to explore the profound influence of Stoicism together, and remember, true love is shown through actions, not just words. Please comment, true love is shown through actions, not just words. 3. Compliment. You're a great lover. The greatest threat to a man's peace isn't the storm outside, but the calm deceit within. In relationships, where emotions run deep, it's easy to be swayed by sweet words. But as Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Let's explore how to maintain your stoic happiness and discern the truth behind those tempting words. In the realm of relationships, especially for those who embrace Stoicism today, the ability to remain grounded in the face of emotional turbulence is paramount. Imagine this. She gazes into your eyes, her voice dripping with sweetness, and tells you, "You're a great lover." It's a compliment any man would welcome, a boost to the ego that feels undeniably satisfying. But as Stoic philosophy teaches us, it's not the compliment itself that holds power, it's how we respond to it. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Here, your Stoic mindset becomes your greatest ally. Instead of allowing these words to inflate your ego, take a step back and question their sincerity. Is this praise genuine, or could there be a hidden agenda behind it? The Stoics were wary of flattery, understanding that words, no matter how sweet, can often conceal deeper intentions. Let's delve deeper into this scenario. The compliment about your prowess in the bedroom might seem harmless, even flattering. But what if it's masking something more? Perhaps she's attempting to divert your attention from a mistake she's made, seeking forgiveness without acknowledging her error. Or maybe, just maybe, she's using this praise as a tool to manipulate you into doing something that ultimately benefits her at your expense. Here lies the essence of winning Stoic, not just enduring challenges, but thriving in the face of them. It's about holding firm to your principles, not allowing yourself to be swayed by momentary pleasures or the subtle manipulations that often accompany them. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, reminds us that the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. If you allow these flattering words to cloud your judgment, you might sacrifice your inner peace and integrity for temporary gratification. What are the consequences if you let yourself be blinded by these compliments? How will it affect your self-respect and the way you navigate your relationships and life? A Stoic man is always on guard, questioning the motivations behind the words he hears. He knows that actions speak louder than words, and that when there's a disconnect between the two, something is amiss. Seneca wisely observed, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." In relationships, this preparation takes the form of mental and emotional awareness. By preparing yourself, you reduce the chances of being caught off guard by manipulative tactics. A woman telling you that you're the best lover she's ever had might seem like an opportunity, a chance to boost your ego. But for a man grounded in Stoicism, it's also an opportunity to practice discernment, to stay anchored in his principles, and not let flattery dictate his actions. In conclusion, never allow sweet words, no matter how enticing, to cloud your judgment. The essence of winning Stoic lies in remaining true to yourself, to your values, and not letting external validation or criticism define your worth. Remember, as the Stoics taught, your inner peace and integrity are far more valuable than any compliment someone can offer. Always ask the tough questions, stay alert to subtle manipulations, and strive to keep your emotions in check, no matter how sweet the lie may be. In the game of life, the true victory lies in mastering yourself, not in seeking validation from others. So if she compliments you, "You are a great lover," then tell yourself, "Keep a warm heart and a cool head." Now comment, "I keep a warm heart and a cool head." 4. Go ahead and admire those beautiful girls. I don't mind. When you hear a woman say, "Go ahead and admire those beautiful girls, I don't mind," you should be cautious. While she might appear easygoing and relaxed at first, deep down, certain things will undoubtedly stir feelings of anger and jealousy, like when your eyes are drawn to an attractive woman passing by on the street. It's important to recognize that women, just like anyone else, desire to be the center of attention for the person they care about. They want to feel special and cherished, and this seemingly casual permission to admire others can often be a subtle test. It's a way of gauging your level of respect, loyalty, and how much you value her presence in your life. Consider this. Imagine you're out with your partner, and your attention wanders every time a beautiful woman walks by. You might think it's harmless, just a glance, but what message does this send to the person beside you? In modern relationships, this scenario is all too common, yet it speaks volumes about the respect and consideration you have for your partner. A high-value man understands the importance of being present, of giving his undivided attention to the woman he is with, because he knows that respect is a cornerstone of any meaningful relationship. This doesn't mean you must avoid looking at other people altogether, but it's about controlling where your focus lies and ensuring that your actions align with the values you uphold. A modern example of this can be seen in social media behavior. How many times have we seen couples where one partner spends more time liking and commenting on strangers' photos than they do engaging with their own partner? This digital equivalent of wandering eyes can lead to feelings of insecurity and mistrust. As a high-value man, practicing Stoicism means understanding the impact of your actions and choosing to act in ways that build trust and respect. This also involves recognizing when you are being tested, not to play games, but to affirm your commitment and values. Stoic life lessons teach us to be mindful of our desires and to control them so that they do not control us. When a woman says she doesn't mind you looking at other women, consider what she might really be feeling. It's not about denying your natural reactions, but about choosing how you respond to them. Are you allowing your impulses to dictate your behavior, or are you consciously deciding to act in a way that aligns with the respect and loyalty you wish to embody? This brings us to a crucial question. How do you navigate these subtle tests in relationships while maintaining your integrity and the values of Stoicism? Remember, being a high-value man isn't about suppressing your natural instincts, but about channeling them in ways that uplift both you and your partner. It's about understanding what is Stoicism in the context of relationships, how it guides you to be more present, more respectful, and more in control of your actions. When faced with a situation where your partner seems to be giving you a free pass to admire others, consider it an opportunity to practice Stoic principles. It's not just about what you do in those moments, but about the underlying message you send. Are you a man who values respect, loyalty, and presence? Or are you someone who lets fleeting attractions steer your behavior? The lesson here is clear. High-value men understand that true power lies in self-control and the ability to choose actions that reflect their deepest values. By doing so, you not only build stronger, more respectful relationships, but also embody the Stoic mindset that leads to lasting happiness and fulfillment. What steps will you take today to ensure that your actions align with the Stoic life lessons you aspire to live by? Do you believe you can control it? Comment, "I can control myself," to remind yourself. 5. Phrase, "You're my hero." When a woman tells you, "You're my hero," it might feel like a moment straight out of a movie, where the damsel in distress is saved by the gallant knight. But in the real world, especially in the context of relationships, this phrase can be more deceptive than it seems. While it's true that many men are naturally inclined to protect and provide, and the idea of being a hero taps directly into those instincts, you need to ask yourself, is she genuinely expressing admiration, or is she crafting a narrative to keep you on her hook? When a woman uses this phrase, she's playing on a deeply ingrained desire that many men have, to be seen as strong, capable, and indispensable. Marvel and other superhero franchises have made billions off this concept, knowing that the image of a hero resonates with so many men. But in the realm of personal relationships, these words can be used as a tool of manipulation. If she's saying this to you, take a step back and consider the timing. Did she drop this compliment right before asking for a favor or some sort of help? Is she using it to soften you up, to make you feel good about yourself just before she makes a request? This could be a sign that she's using flattery to get something from you. Think about it. Has this phrase been followed by a request that benefits her more than it does you? For example, does she tell you you're her hero? Then casually ask if you could pick up an expensive gift or help her out with something that requires a significant amount of your time and effort. Let me share a story that might resonate with you. A friend of mine, let's call him Jake, once dated a woman who would often say, "You're my hero," whenever he did something nice for her. At first, he felt great. Who wouldn't? But soon he started noticing a pattern. Each time she used those words, it was quickly followed by a request, usually something that required a lot of time or money. Whether it was picking her up from a distant location or buying her something extravagant, the praise was always a precursor to a favor. It wasn't until Jake was nearly drained emotionally and financially that he realized what was happening. She wasn't in awe of him. She was playing him. Once he stopped fulfilling her requests, the hero comments dried up, and so did her interest in him. Jake learned a valuable lesson about the dangers of mistaking manipulation for genuine admiration. Now let's bring this back to Stoic happiness and Stoicism today. How does recognizing these patterns relate to a Stoic mindset? Stoicism teaches us to value truth and wisdom over empty flattery or fleeting emotions. A Stoic man doesn't allow his self-worth to be dictated by someone else's words, especially when those words are designed to manipulate. Instead, he remains grounded, assessing situations with clarity and reason. Ask yourself, when you hear, "You're my hero," is this truly a reflection of your actions and character? Or is it a sweet lie meant to steer you in a direction that benefits her? It's crucial to remain vigilant and self-aware. What do you think? Are there moments in your life where you've fallen for similar traps, mistaking flattery for genuine affection? How can you apply the principles of Stoicism to avoid being misled by such tactics in the future? The key takeaway here is to stay true to your own sense of worth and not be swayed by words that, while flattering, may have hidden intentions. Understand that true admiration and love aren't conditional or manipulative. A woman who truly cares for you won't need to use such tactics to get what she wants, because your relationship will be built on mutual respect and genuine affection. Embrace Stoic happiness by knowing your value and recognizing when someone is trying to exploit it. As you navigate relationships, keep this Stoic principle in mind. Let your actions, not others' words, define your self-worth. 6. Compliments about your appearance and qualities. When a woman compliments your appearance or qualities, it's natural to feel uplifted. We all enjoy hearing nice things about ourselves, but sometimes those sweet words may carry a hidden agenda. Let me guide you on how to discern whether these compliments are genuine or part of a larger scheme. Picture this scenario. She showers you with praise about your looks or character, but every time there's a compliment, it's followed by a subtle request. Maybe she hints at something she desires but can't afford, like an expensive handbag, or suggests it would be really helpful if you could cover her bills this month. Perhaps she mentions how handy you are, just as the fence in her yard desperately needs fixing. If you notice that her flattering words are consistently accompanied by requests, it's time to consider whether those compliments are meant to manipulate you rather than genuinely express admiration. A woman who truly cares about you will compliment you simply because she wants to see you smile, not because she's scheming to gain something from you. Her praise will come freely, without any strings attached, often in response to the thoughtful things you do for her. Not because she has a hidden agenda, but because she genuinely appreciates you. If her focus is primarily on the things that she knows will trigger your instinct to help or provide, this could be a red flag that her compliments are not as sincere as they seem. To put this into a modern context, imagine you're in a relationship where your partner frequently compliments your generosity. She constantly tells you how amazing it is that you're always willing to help others, especially when it comes to finances. She admires your work ethic and praises your ability to make things happen. However, these compliments are soon followed by requests. She needs a little extra money for something, or she asks you to cover her rent for a month because she's in a tight spot. At first, you're happy to help because her words make you feel valued. But over time, you start to realize that every compliment about your generosity is tied to her needing something from you. Is she genuinely appreciative, or is she using your desire to be seen as generous to her advantage? When she compliments you, do those words truly lift your spirit? Or do they feel like a precursor to a favor she's about to ask? Does she acknowledge your kindness just to get what she wants? Or does she praise you simply because she values you? These are crucial questions to ask yourself to discern her true intentions. In the Stoic mindset, particularly in Stoicism today, we are taught to see things as they truly are, not as we wish them to be. It's about finding Stoic happiness through understanding and wisdom, recognizing when someone is trying to manipulate us versus when they are genuinely appreciating us. Stoicism encourages us to maintain our inner strength and not be swayed by flattering words that are merely a means to an end. By applying these principles, you can protect your peace and ensure that the relationships you build are grounded in authenticity and mutual respect rather than hidden motives. So, the next time you receive a compliment, take a moment to reflect on the intent behind it. Is it a sincere expression of admiration, or is there something else lurking behind those sweet words? The lesson here is simple. Be mindful of the motives behind the praise you receive, and strive to build relationships where love and appreciation are freely given, not bought with favors. This awareness will help you achieve Stoic happiness and build a life grounded in authenticity and mutual respect. Comment "I agree" if you resonate with this perspective, or "I don't think so" if you have a different opinion. 7. Advice to be cautious. When you find yourself consistently footing the bill in a relationship without any genuine offer of contribution from her side, it's not just a matter of financial imbalance. It's a clear signal that your relationship might be more transactional than you realize. Picture this. You're sitting at a cozy restaurant, the bill arrives, and as always, you're the one reaching for your wallet. She doesn't even make a pretense of reaching for hers, instead brushing off the subject with an excuse or a clever deflection, perhaps suggesting that it's your role as the man to provide, or claiming that she's too stressed from work to think about such trivial matters. This isn't merely an oversight, it's a significant red flag. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one." This wisdom extends to relationships. A woman who genuinely values you will naturally want to share in the responsibilities, not just bask in the benefits of your generosity. This is where Stoic happiness and Stoicism today come into play, teaching us that a relationship should be a partnership, where both individuals contribute to each other's growth and well-being. But let's peel back the layers a bit further. You might have hesitated to address her lack of contribution, possibly because she has cleverly convinced you that her financial struggles justify her actions. She might craft a narrative about how hard she works and the immense pressures she faces, making you feel guilty for even entertaining the thought of asking her to pitch in. She may utter phrases like, "You don't care about me," "You don't love me," insinuating that your love is directly tied to your willingness to cover her expenses. This is where the wisdom of Stoic life lessons becomes invaluable. Seneca famously stated, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." If she is exploiting your kindness to fulfill her desires without giving back, this is a clear sign of someone who craves more than she is willing to give. A dynamic that a wise man must recognize and address. Take, for instance, the scenario where she hints or outright asks for an expensive designer handbag. Even if she's experiencing financial difficulties, the question arises, is it truly your responsibility to fund her luxury desires? If she's expecting you to cover her past financial mistakes or support her extravagant tastes, this is a glaring red flag. Epictetus would remind us, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Reacting with a Stoic mindset means setting firm boundaries and understanding that you are not obligated to fix someone else's financial situation, especially when it's driven by superficial desires. In the context of modern life, many men find themselves in situations where they are pressured into supporting a partner's lifestyle that they themselves may not even afford. This isn't about being stingy or unkind. It's about recognizing when someone is using you for their benefit. The teachings of Stoicism today emphasize the importance of self-respect and mutual respect in relationships. A true partner will appreciate the value of shared responsibility and won't manipulate you with sweet lies to satisfy their own needs. In essence, the lesson here is simple yet profound. As we wrap up today's video on the body language signs of a woman who is sexually attracted to you, I hope you've gained valuable insights to recognize and understand these subtle cues. By applying these principles, you can enhance your interactions and build deeper connections in your daily life. If you found this content helpful, please leave a comment and share your thoughts. Don't know what to comment? Just write, "I dare," to let me know you made it to the end. And if you haven't subscribed yet, Now's the perfect time to join our community. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay strong and keep growing, warrior.